Okay, today we're going to go through electric genesis. Haha. I'm going to go through a recording here and I'm going to break it down into its electrical components to show creation in 6 days.
The first book of Moses, called Genesis. Chapter 1. In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth.
Okay, so immediately we have established that matter and energy are separate. God created the heavens and the earth, and everything is set in place. There is no universal energy running right now, which will be explained in a minute because it's about to put on the power. But right now God has created the heavens and the earth. They are constructed and there is no energy running through the system.
And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
Now God's Spirit is invisible, and that is why there is still no light. But God's Spirit is in everything right now and moving across its surface as like a ball of water, which has an electrical surface, and it is a double helix surface, as I have shown in previous videos.
And God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day.
And so right now is the point where God decided to light himself up. That is where the light comes from. That is why there are no stars in the sky, no sun, no moon, no nothing. The light is coming from God. As explained by the scripture, God dwells in the light. So God has changed his vibrational pattern because he is electricity, electromagnetism. He is pure energy, which is why I am what I am, means that he can be anything. So right now, God has done something to his physical self that now radiates visible light. And because he has just put energy into the universe in the form of visible light, the earth has started to spin because energy rotates and energy attracts matter, matter covers energy, and energy moves matter. That is why our planet is spinning, because energy is running through the core and turning the planet. So as soon as God said, "Let there be light," energy filled the system. It starts with Earth, and Earth started spinning, so it had a day and a night, the first day. One point of the physics here to let you know, energy runs through all electromagnetic fields. The electromagnetic fields are the wires. The electromagnetic field runs through every single atom in the universe. So every magnetic field on any star, rock, whatever, runs through every single atom. So energy is in the EM field, and the EM field runs through every atom. So everything is rotating.
And God said,
"Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters."
And God made the firmament, and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day.
Second day, dead easy. You've got energy running through the core of the planet right now. So you've got your solid matter core. It's surrounded by water. The core heats up due to the energy rotating through the matter now. So it is now making the matter vibrate, which comes out as heat. And the energy starts to radiate out through the planet into the water. And what happens to the water when you pump it full of energy? It evaporates into clouds. You have an atmosphere, and because it's radiating electricity and energy, you now have a firmament above, just like the ball of water had electricity running over the surface of it, which gives it its double helix appearance of interference waves. Now you have an atmosphere that is now expanded to an electrical size, which is whatever the height of the atmosphere is. That's the amount of energy put in, which is why our atmosphere is actually collapsing right now. It's actually the energy is shrinking, so the atmosphere is coming down. But when it was first made, the atmosphere was pumped out, and it has an electrical shell.
And God said,
Let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear.
and it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good.
And so now I can refer to my atom cloaking video, because this is the same process. It's an electrical event. A finger of energy shoots out, a tornado, a roll, and it's got like an electron on top, but basically it's a stack of circles, let's say, going from large to small, so it makes a point, because that would be the energy diminishing inversely by the square of the distance as it expands out. So the top of it is point E, and then it rolls back over, spins around in a circle. Because it's taken the core matter with it, which obviously is the land, it shoots up like a tornado, which will then curve over into arches in certain places, but just for simplicity's sake, it shoots it out, and as it hits the top of the water, it all rolls back over and forms a huge circle. And it's funny, every time I've written one of these kind of papers, science backs me up by bumping out something into the media showing exactly what I say. And here's that picture showing this is how land forms, and it's exactly how I say. Energy shoots forward out of the nucleus. It's a tornado of energy, a double helix of energy. It funnels all the matter upwards, and then it pools and solidifies in the oceans, which would then give you the circle upon the Earth, with north, south, east and west seas all around. One sea and one round disk of land.
And God said,
Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth.
and it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day.
And here you're going to have to take my word for it and God's word for it, that everything was created and placed before the founding of the world. And so energy, as it's continuously expanding, then activates with the water all the seeds and plant-bearing life. And I've explained in other videos how all plant life is made. It is a double helix funnel. Then one of the helixes separates when it reaches an electrical boundary level in the Earth's EM field, and you get the left-hand leaf. Then out of the center of that comes a right-hand leaf and a left-hand leaf, which is clockwise and counterclockwise, clockwise and counterclockwise, all still within double helix energy theory, pushing everything upwards growth-wise, pulsing in AC electrical current. So that's how we made everything grow. The Earth is now pulsing. This is confirmed. The sun pulses, the earth pulses, everything has an electrical pulse.
And God said,
Let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for light in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth.
and it was so.
So God placed everything in the firmaments because the energy is always radiating outwards. God has obviously placed battery packs, I could say, whatever we think of as black holes, because they're pulsing out energy throughout the universe. They're all linked together, they're all pointing at each other. This has been known by mainstream facts, that energy is in a circuit in the universe. And I have a radiation travel video paper, which shows where the planets were formed in between pinch points throughout the electromagnetic fields of suns and all this kind of thing, showing how planets and stars can be made by changing rotations. Counterclockwise is matter in, clockwise is matter out. That's how you form a planet. So basically, God places in the sky, and same as with the Earth, by the Lorentz Force, expanded them all. And they all covered each other in hundreds of billions of shells of atom cloaking, always pulsing outwards to create planets and suns.
And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. And God said,
Let the waters bring forth abundantly a moving creature that hath life, and fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven.
And God created great waves, and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them.
And so then God made all life. And everything is genetically coded to the EM field for size, and each DNA code, when it has energy passed through it, the DNA code is a frequency, size, shape and color. And mainstream discovered a long time ago that the Bible, the actual steps of creation, even though they could never explain it until I'm doing it now, the actual steps of creation were correct, that it would first be this, then that, then land, then green plants, then animals. So God's explanation in the Bible is perfectly correct. And again, everything was concealed until it was filled with energy, and then it doesn't come into being, it doesn't come out of non-existence. The thing about God bringing something into existence is a matter of size. Now, the only person I've ever heard or read about that understands this, and I'm sure there's other people that understand this, is the term size. In Stephen King's series of books, The Dark Tower, The Gunslinger, he understands that it's not about anything else, but reality is about size. We can go down to atom size, and it's as big as our universe. So you can conceal something inside an electron that, when given enough energy, could be bigger than our universe. And that's the paradox of size, time, relativity, everything, which is why God can do everything and how things can be hidden, because they are hidden in size. God reduces the energy goes down into infinity and out to infinity. There is nothing but God. There is nothing else. That's why he says there is nothing but me. There is no space. We're in a space created within God. It's a concept of size and relativity. This planet could be the size of an electron if we go out far enough. So anything can be hidden by making it smaller. So nothing comes into existence from nothing. God just brings it into existence by energizing a size. Okay, so that's about it really. I'm just going to let all this little bit of information play. But that's it really. This is probably the last video I'll ever make. I say that, but I'll probably make more. But my Camtasia Studio temporary file, whatever the heck it is, trial version, there we go, is about to run out, and I can't be bothered to get another one. I'll probably do it, but I've done everything God's asked me to do. My computer just crashed and I just lost a load of information, so I sound a little bit annoyed right now. And I am. I just lost 5 minutes of narration that was perfect. So yeah, I've explained the entire universe, and I could go on stage in front of 100 million people and show that Neil deGrasse Tyson is a great fat liar and that all his science is a pile of junk. I've explained the universe and creation inside of 1 year, from visions from God last May 2014 for 3 weeks non-stop into the electron for 3 days, and basically seen the entire universe born and all creation made. So I know how everything works. There's never been somebody like me, not since Jesus, which you could say is a big claim, but unless you can mention anybody else who's arrived and had the information to say this is how everything was made, and spoke not with equations and this, that and the other, but the same as Jesus. I've explained everything by parable and observational evidence, and fortunately science evidence too, which backs me up, because all this information has already been discovered, but God gave me the keys to understand how it works, and that is energy is separate from matter. Energy travels in a double helix. All matter is configured to energy, just like DNA. That's why it's double helix, obviously. And I know how everything works, and it's just crazy. And one last thing before I go. Visions. Are there going to be mistakes? Yeah, you bet there are. Are there many? Nah, I've seen maybe 2 in my work that I've actually re-explained later in later videos, which clear up anything that anybody thought, hey, that's not right. Well, you might have been right. I've explained any mistakes later on, so my further on videos override the first videos, and this also explains why people from the Bible, the population, say I guess that's not right, that doesn't make any sense, you know, what the hell does that mean, that's garbage, it can't be true, blah, blah, blah. They were trying to explain visions. Words are no good for explaining visions. I haven't explained, 10% of what I've seen. Well, I have, but I've only been able to relay 10%. So, yeah, I'm trying to explain a picture. Trying to imagine how difficult that would be, explaining a picture. You're going to lose information, stuff's going to get mistranslated, and that's the only problem with the Bible, is not that it's wrong, it's that it's been mistranslated, words changed. So, that's just the way it is. So I've tried my best, and I hope I've got what's needed across. So that's about it for now. Thanks for watching my videos, and I hope I've given hope and proof to a lot of people, because it's all about God, it's not about me. I've just been relaying what's been given to me. So it's time for a rest now. I really don't have any more to give right now, so I'm going to relax and enjoy the summer. So there might be a few videos, there'll obviously be posts and articles as things start to heat up out there, but that's it for now. I've explained everything. Thanks very much. My name is Lee, and I'm a Christian.